Stablish & Sons started we launched in 2005, and initially it was 4 founding directors: myself, Alistair Willis, Mark Holmes and Tamara Caspers. My skills in art, from a practical position of knowing about materials and how things are made, worked well in translation into design, and going back to how I initiate a concept of a design into an actual object, there are many different ways of executing that, and normally I'll have an idea in my head that will be in my head for a long period of time, sometimes years, and then there comes a moment and time, often by time constraint or pressure, to deliver something in a particular period, which forces me to get the idea out of my head onto paper, either with a sketch or a proper drawing, a technical drawing, and then we start with the prototype, with getting models made and scaling it up. The concept behind the Heidi stool was to use a very generic form, which is the tractor seat, which is been used in contemporary design repeatedly, numerous times. It was taking that form, which is a very comfortable form, and then sticking a 3-legged wooden structure on the underside to create a milking stool idea, which it started off as a low stool, and then the idea developed into 2 other sizes, a medium and a large, and for those 2 additional sizes it was needed there was a bracing structure needed to triangulate to hold the 3 legs together effectively. So it sort of evolved into something that was a little bit more structural, a little bit more formal as an idea, and it's using 2 very simple materials. It's using a wood and a resin, and a high gloss resin with quite a matted out wood, and all of the wooden structure on the legs is tapered, so there's actually quite a complicated jointing mechanism that links the legs together and that fits into the underside of the seat. And we're focusing very much at the minute on the ESTD collection, which is a smaller accessory based brand only range, and that's got huge potential. Really can diversify into many different areas of product design in that collection, and it's a good challenge at given this current point in the market where everything is very squeezed. There's not a lot of cash around at the minute, so designers are being forced to design with a very, very sensitive price point in mind, with a real consideration about production and the implications involved in that. So there's less of the indulgent design, more of the actual really coming up with good ideas with very little to work with.